Hello, Church at Sun Valley and friends. I just thought we'd talk a little bit today about the upcoming online communion we're going to have on Sunday together. And I started thinking, some of you guys weren't prepared for all of this. I mean, you don't even have toilet paper. So the chance that you have the elements for communion, the normal elements that we might use on a Sunday, is probably 0 to none. You're not like me who has an on-the-go communion staple of cups and little things that make it easy that when I go to people who are shut-ins to help them. So I thought we'd talk about what you could use instead. Now, first thing is, what am I going to use for a cup? Most of us don't have the little clear plastic cups or anything like that. And so I thought, almost everyone probably has maybe a coffee cup. Now, you're not the very best dad. That's me. But you could use a coffee cup, or, maybe you have 2 small mason jars. Now, if you do, I'd wonder, what were you drinking in those small mason jars? Are you from Kentucky or something? But anyway, you could use something like this. Maybe if you have kids, you probably have lots of plastic, or maybe you have a glass goblet. I don't know, but I would encourage you to think about, what cup are you going to use? The next thing to think about is, what are you going to put in the cup, right? I mean, some of you probably have hidden stores or did store up maybe some fruit of the vine for communion. But maybe if you're like me and you didn't have any and you woke up on Sunday and you totally forgot, even though right now I'm reminding you, here's some options. Now, I don't think Dr. Pepper has prune juice anymore in it, but I mean, if you talk about wanting something for taste that obviously God created, coming from Texas, it would be Dr. Pepper. If you're just wanting juice and you don't have any grape juice, maybe you have orange juice, although I don't know if Donald Duck orange juice is real orange juice or not. It may just be Tang. And then finally, you could get a liquid water enhancer such as this. It would look purple. It would taste like grape, and you could pour that into some water. And then finally, what are you going to use for the bread? At the time when Jesus was doing the original communion with his disciples, obviously they were celebrating Passover, and so they would have non-leavened bread. And so maybe you have some crackers, the real thin kind of crackers, and those would work perfectly. But if you don't have any of those, first I would tell you, do not use saltines. Otherwise, you better have a glass full of something to take that down. Those things are awful. If you're looking for taste, once again, Nilla wafers would be a good way to go. Now, I'm not sure what they're made of, or if you could actually consider them bread, but it's an option. Obviously, we have some old-fashioned white bread that you could tear off, and then, hey, if you want to be a little more exotic and maybe celebrate in a different way, like our neighbors from the South, you could get some tortillas and break those apart. Now, I'm just joking in most of this. I know and hope that you find some sort of elements that, to be honest with you, I'm not sure the makeup of them for us online is important. But what is important are 2 things. First, Paul talks about in 1 Corinthians chapter 11 that your heart and where you stand in relationship to the Lord is important. So I would encourage you, if you had not yet taken our call to confession and repentance and read through that from last Sunday, it's on the website, and I would encourage you to do that before Sunday and really get your heart right with the Lord. But the second thing is, we take it in obedience. The elements may have some importance, but the most important thing is that we're remembering. Jesus says, do this in remembrance of me, and we're remembering what this is all about, and that it's Christ who died on the cross and rose again, and we're remembering his gift to us, which was his body and his blood. All right, well, I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.